first of all. How are you guys doing? You guys doing good? Somali ma ku hadashaan? Somali waa fahantaa? Waa fahantaa soo maaha? No? No? Somali ma ku hadashaa hawaya? Mise waa fahantaa? Just how are you? Okay. How about you, Javier? Waa fahantaa waa ku hadashaa? And you? Okay. So this is the Somali flag, and as you can see, the 5 stars. I was told, which I need to verify, because you always verify every information you find out, right? You got to make sure you got the right information. But I heard that the 5 stars stand for the 5 main clans in our country, in Somalia. Okay, so that is our beautiful flag. And I wanted to show you guys what continent are we looking at? Do you guys know what continent this is? It's kind of light. It's Africa, right? Mm-hmm. Right? And there are many countries in Africa. And Somalia happens to be right at the corner, east side of Africa. And you know why they call it the Horn of Africa? Is it not shaped like a horn? Right? And the nice thing is, we have the longest coastline in any other African country. Do you understand what I mean by coastline? Mm-hmm. That means on this side is the Red Sea. So right above Somalia, that's the Red Sea right there. And then right beneath it is the Indian Ocean. And guess what? For a country that has the longest coastline, a lot of us don't eat fish. We're not seafood people. Isn't that funny? Huh? What do we eat at home?
Food.
Yeah, food, but like, do you eat a lot of fish at home?
I don't.
No. We're not that big fish eaters.
Is there a lot of beaches in Somalia?
There's beautiful beaches in Somalia.
Oh, okay.
The Indian Ocean right here, if you go further down in Somalia, it's Kenya right there and Tanzania. And there's a beach in Kenya called Mombasa, and it has white sand, blue ocean. But it's the same in Somalia. It's just that one is well known, and unfortunately, after the war, it's not as well known. But it's white sand, blue ocean. Yes, it's beautiful, beautiful. Good question. And then this country that's right next to ours is Ethiopia, and we have students in our school that are Ethiopian, right? And the thing about Ethiopia is they speak 51 languages in Ethiopia. 51. Do you know how many languages is spoken in Somalia? One. One language, just different dialect. Do you guys know what I mean by dialect? Okay, so let's look at United States. Have you ever heard somebody from Texas speaking?
Miss Stapleton's from Texas.
Is she from Texas?
Originally, I don't have the accent as much.
You don't have the accent. So it's just basically that people from different regions of America sound very different, right? Because do you know why we sound different? It's just the way people speak, right? It's just they're all speaking English, right? And one thing I noticed about this area, Minnesota, is when I moved to Minnesota, Minnesotans speak very much like Canadians. Minnesotans, yeah, that's the way they say it. Hey, right? So anyway, that's Somalia right there for you guys. Anybody been? Anybody traveled? No?
My dad traveled.
Your dad traveled? Okay. Okay, and then I always share this with people because I think it's important that we learn our cultures and we retain. Retain means to keep. So keep your culture, keep your language, right? And to teach the language. So do you guys know how to say? Let me read it for you. Iskawaran. Can you say iskawaran? Iskawaran, and that means how are you? Iskawaran. And then if you want to say good morning, you say subah wanagsan.
Subah.
Subah. Subah. Wanagsan. Wanagsan. And that's good morning. And then you say malin wanagsan. Malin wanagsan. Good day. Have you noticed something? The word wanagsan what do you think one accent means? Because it gets repeated. One accent, one accent, one accent. What do you think it means when you look here? What word do you think it is?
Good.
Well, good, right? Because it says good, 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 right? So one accent. But look how it's reversed. So you know how in English you say good morning? This one says morning good. It's reversed, right? So it's subah one accent. You can't say one accent subah. It's not gonna make sense if you do it like the English American style, right? So it's subah one accent means good morning. Maling one accent means good day. Habeen one accent.
Good evening.
Yes, habeen one accent is good evening. And then if you want to just ask somebody what's your name, you say Maga'a. Maga'a.
Maga'a.
Oh, Maga'a.
Maga'a.
Yes, Maga'a means what's your name?
What's your name?
You see how here is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 words right there. And it's just one for Somali, right? Those are the kind of differences you see in the 2 languages. And then this one is just an Islamic one. This is not really just Somalis that use this. Salam alaikum, right? Salam alaikum, which just means peace be with you. And there's so many people that say salam alaikum. Who says salam alaikum? Who uses that mostly? Go ahead. Yeah, but who uses it? Is it just the Somalis that use that? No, it's all Muslims. And are Somalis the only Muslims in the world? No, they're. Go ahead, Hawa. Alaikum salam. That's the response. Yes. So there are a lot of Muslims that live all over the world. They live in Asia, they live in Africa, they live in Europe, in America. So it's said everywhere, okay? So salam alaikum, peace be with you, and the response is wa alaikum salam, and then all it says is and also with you. So you're wishing somebody peace, which is good, right? We all could use a bit of peace. And this part I just incorporated, Hawa, because I just wanted to say that what makes Somalia unique is not only the fact that we speak one language, right? Not almost 99% of Somalis are Muslims, Sunni Muslims. And so this just talks a little bit about what that means. And of course, we celebrate 2 Eids, right? We celebrate Eid after Ramadan, and then we celebrate another Eid after Hajj, right? Who here likes Eid?
You guys like to celebrate Eid?
You don't like Eid? No? No?
We get cake.
Get cake at Eid. What else do you do at Eid? Do you get this?
Yeah.
What's that? Henna. You
Pretty.
get henna, right? And you get cake. Do you guys buy new clothes for Eid celebration? Yes? Okay,
My
yes.
sister got a Somali dress.
Oh, mashallah. 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 Yes. So, yes, it's just basically just. And what's this? Do you guys know what this picture is?
No.
That's Mecca. So when I say there's 2 Eids, one is after fasting, the month of fasting, which is Ramadan, and then Hajj. Hajj. Yeah, go ahead, Haba.
Someone going inside here.
Somebody what?
Someone's going in there.
Yes, you see all those little dots? Those are people. And they go for pilgrimage, right? So in your lifetime, if you're a Muslim, you want to try to go there at least one time. And then you wear white like all these people, and then you pray. And there's lots of things that you could do there. So, and then I also wanted to show you guys the terrain. Yeah, the terrains of Somalia. So remember, that's the beautiful coastline. So all that's right. Go ahead, Hava.
There looks like ocean.
Yes. Well, this one is the sea, but this is the Red Sea. But yeah, if you go to the other side of Somalia, the ocean is even more spectacular. If this is the sea,
Beautiful.
now they have not brown, but the regular sand there.
Yeah,
The Red Sea has the regular yellowish brownish, the tan sand, and then the beautiful, and then the rest of Somalia is very dry. It's very much like, and I've been to Arizona. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Somalia. It can get pretty hot. Not as hot as Arizona in the summer though. but it's not like green. It's not very tropical.
It's like a
right?
desert.
It's sort of like a desert, but not quite. If
Right,
that makes
right,
sense. It's not
yes.
like South Arabia or
Mhm.
the Sahara.
Mm-hmm.
It's not romantic like that. Saharas look really awesome, but anyway, yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and the animals you find is so there's only just 2 seasons. How many seasons do we have here?
2.
Well, let's count. What's the first? Give me one season.
1.
You have just one season here. The seasons are like
So start with summer.
summer,
What's another season?
Summer, spring,
Spring.
rain, winter.
winter, and you guys are forgetting the most beautiful one, fall,
Fall.
right?
Wow.
So that's 4 seasons, right? Here, there's no winter. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to leave the winter.
Even though some people love the snow, there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I wish I could snowboard, right?
Yeah.
Or ski. But yeah, so but there's no winter here. So there's just 2 seasons, and there's a dry season where there's quite a bit of drought, and then there's the rainy season. Okay, but that's it. There's no beautiful falls where the trees turn different color, and then there's no winter. Yes.
Is it desert hot?
It is hot, yes. But you know, it's all about the time of the day. It's very cold in the night and in the morning. And then when I say cold, I mean like not Minnesota cold. But cool, like you need a coat, like a jacket. And then in the daytime when the sun comes out, as the day progresses, you're gonna have to take off. It gets really hot.
Actually, if you keep going, you'll get really, really hot.
Oh, for sure. Yes. And thirsty,
Like
right?
at nighttime.
At nighttime?
No, at night.
At night, yes.
If you go somewhere else, keep going, you'll get very hot.
That's right. That's right. 9 a.m. till 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it gets really, really hot. And so, because of the land, the way the land is, there are a lot of group of people called nomads. Somalis were originally nomads, and nomads it's a group of people. They don't have a permanent home. They travel with their livestock. Okay, they travel with their livestock, and their livestock is usually like camels, their sheep. That's right. And then what they do is the reason they keep moving is because they're looking for water. Right? Especially during what season do you think that they're looking for water? They're not looking for water during the rainy season, right? No. But the dry season, right? As soon as their well is finished, the well is where they dig and they get water for their animals, water for themselves, water to wash, water to drink, right? We just turn on a faucet, right? At home, and it just comes out. But over there, it's not like that.
So
right?
in Somalia, you have to go to the ground and pump the water out?
Yep, find
Okay.
wells. But
Okay.
these are just nomads. There's
Okay.
also cities.
Okay.
We have like Mogadishu City and Somalia. There's many cities as well. But majority of the people used to be before they got
Okay.
settled in cities.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, so that's basically. I just wanted to show you that we take great pride. And what do you think the camel is carrying right there?
It's on his back.
What do you think is on his back? I'm sorry, no, it's his front. That's what they're gonna make the house with, right? So once they get settled, and then I just showed this photo because we Somalis are very family oriented. Do you know what that means? Family oriented. We're very tight with our families, and we have lots of children, right? We see children as a blessing, and so a lot of us come from large household. Each one of you guys, how many siblings do you have? How many siblings do you guys have?
How many brothers or sisters do
Brothers
you
and
have?
sisters. 2? Just
I have I have one baby brother and one big brother and 2 sisters.
2 sisters. Okay, and you?
I have 2 babies and 3 brothers. Here I have 1 sister.
And And
So you have
Rian is
two
your sister.
sisters and then 3 brothers. And then there's you.
And 10 brothers.
You have 10 brothers?
Hamza, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
No,
That's
that's
it. Yeah, so we come from big families. My mom is one of 13. My family's pretty small though. We're 4. That's considered small in our community. But yeah, we come from big families. And the camel means a lot to the nomads because it's a transportation. People drink camel milk. Go ahead.
Somali rides on camel, right?
Well, the nomads do, yes, and they own lots of camels. And so, here's a proverb. It says, "He who does not own a camel lives under the protection of others." So having a camel is like having a vehicle. Like we need a car here, right? We need a car to go to the store. We need a car to go to where we need to go. And the thing that's cool about camels is they survive for a long time. They live to be 40, 50 years.
Ooh, it's pretty old.
That's pretty old. And the other thing is that they can go long period of times without water. Why is that? Why do you think that is? How come they can go that long without water? It's because
Look at their body.
Yeah, look at their body. Right there on their hump, they carry a lot of their nutrients on their hump. So when they get an ability to drink, they drink, right? And they're able to store it in their body, and then they can go a long time without water. How long do you think we can go without water? Days? Can we go days without water?
Yeah,
No.
I think we can go like 3 days without
3
water.
days, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not weeks like they can, right?
No,
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. 3 days.
I think we can go a long time without food though.
Yes, with food I
Yeah.
heard we can go much longer.
Yes.
But with water it's not that long.
Yes.
3 days.
Right.
So yeah, so it can, camels can go weeks without water. But that's why the nomads, they have to find a well to make sure that they get lots of water after that. And then you remember I was showing you guys that camel that was carrying all of that? Do you see that? This is what they end up building with it, right? You see the branches?
Ooh, cool. Like a little
You
house.
see the branches here? The branches make the frame, right? And who else? Have you guys ever seen a teepee? No? No, you guys haven't seen a teepee? Okay. Teepees are more like this. They're more triangle. And a lot of Native Americans do their house that way. They make the teepee style. Whereas the Somalis is more like a dome. So they take those, they're already shaped, and then you construct the frame. You see what she's doing? And then you put the harak. Harak means that it's made out of the skin of the goats, the leather. They use that, and sometimes they use hay that what is that called? Sully. Hay?
Okay. Maybe mud and
No, hay.
okay.
And then they weave it.
Oh, weaving it. Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they put that on top, and they do the same thing inside. And then this is owl. Owl means we have lots of like branches that have thorns in them, and you put that as a fence. And at night, your herds, your little sheeps and stuff, they go in here so that the hyenas don't get to them. How
do they pray?
Oh, they pray in their homes. They pray outside. The nice thing is when you're a nomad, you can pray outside. As long as you find a clean spot, you can pray. They use the water that they gather to do wudu, right? And then they put a sully. You know what sully is? You put like the thing that you put prayer mat. They put a mat down and then they pray. And they pray as they travel. Okay? And then we're an oral society. Oral society basically means that we tell stories of our history, our families through stories. Do you guys listen to a lot of stories from your parents? Do your parents tell you stories? They do? Who tells you stories in your house?
No.
And she tells you stories about what? Of Africa. Does she tell you about her childhood? And what they used to do? You don't have to remember the whole story, but she tells you stories. And that's what we used to do back home. So you make the akal, and what are they wearing? They're wearing the traditional Somali clothes, right? And what is this guy wearing? What is that called? The thing that looks like a dress. It's called maus. Does anybody's dad wear that at home?
My dad was
Yes.
A lot.
A lot. So maus is it looks like a dress, right? But it's not a dress. They just tie it like this, and yeah, and then the women are calling something that's called sadaqaid, which is a traditional outfit, and then they tell stories through storytelling, through danto. You guys know danto, right? No, have you guys been to a Somali wedding?
Been to a
Have
wedding
you watched
before?
one?
Yeah, my
Have you
mom-
heard all the
Yeah,
clap?
my mom went to there with me and she made a video and she showed me.
Oh, okay. Yes. So lots of danto and stuff. Now, listen. I want to show you guys this. I wanted to add a couple of I wanted to add a couple of more slides because people. I don't want you guys to think that that Somalia is just like. There's maybe I could just do a Google search. I have another presentation that I do
Okay.
for adults
Okay.
that shows the cities.
Oh, yeah.
So
You could show them a Somali wedding too if you can find a video.
Yeah, I will. Here, let me just
Miss Nimo. Do you want them to call you Miss Nimo or Miss
Habaya, they can call me.
Habaya?
Haba just means auntie. That's just
Okay.
a form of respect, like Mrs.
Okay.
Or they can call me Miss Nimo. It's
Okay.
either way. Yes.
We had a little discussion yesterday about music in Somali culture. And some students were saying it's haram, and other students were saying, well, some music is not haram. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So Somali, our culture, we do have music in our culture, but what makes music prohibited is not the culture, it's the religion.
Okay.
So, right? Do you guys understand that, Habo? So there's culture, and then there's religion, your faith. Yeah, I don't know how much I can break that down.
That's okay.
But
Just
that's
curious.
a
So
good.
Somali music is okay.
So no, Somali music is there is Somali music, but
Mhm.
some families are more
Mhm.
conservative,
Yeah.
and families that are conservative, they prohibit music. So
Okay.
they don't listen to Somali or any other music,
Makes sense.
but they listen to nashida. Does anybody here listen to nashidas at all? Which means there's no instrument. It's the instrument.
Oh, okay.
You can sing.
Okay.
It's the instruments
Mhm.
that make for religious people
Mhm.
what is prohibited, because when you listen to music and the instruments, they can change your mood. It's a mood stimulant.
Mhm.
So if you listen to upbeat music, it makes you what?
You happy?
Happy. And then if you listen to the blues,
Then you feel
Right?
sad.
it makes you sad.
Mhm.
And so that is the reason